What's up guys? So I'm gonna do a walking video of Old Town Chiang Mai just to show you what it's like around here. I don't really have time to do a non-commentary and just a simple walking section, so I'm just gonna have only a commentary section today. But this is Old Town Chiang Mai, and I'm gonna be waiting for my friend that's coming to pick us up to show us around Chiang Mai in an hour or so, while Dennis is doing his digital nomad thing back there. So I thought it would be a good opportunity to, you know, use my time wisely and show you something. So here it is. I'm literally right dot smack in the middle of Chiang Mai. You got a super old looking hotel right there called Anodard Hotel. Just, I love it. Like in Chiang Mai, in Old Town Chiang Mai, this time when the sun is setting and the sun is peeking right over some ancient temple or some buildings, and you get this golden orange look. This is Chiang Mai to me. Of course, you have plenty of street vendors. This looks like maybe a school. Honestly, the traffic isn't really bad in the Old Town area, which is the squared off area inside the ancient walls, except for when the parents are coming to pick up their children from school, because it seems like a lot of the schools are located in the Old Town. And at those times, traffic's so ridiculous. It's definitely worse than Bangkok, and as you can see, the streets are really crowded. And being that they even park on the side, there's not enough room. So even if you're on a motorcycle, unlike Bangkok, you cannot weave through traffic. You're just sort of stuck there, smelling on the exhaust fumes and whatnot. That's the only complaint I have about Old Town Chiang Mai. It's possibly my biggest gripe here. Ew. This is a nice little fancy restaurant. Although, if you guys see my Nimman walking video, you'll see that there are fancier restaurants there. And as far as the pricing, it's actually even cheaper than this area because it's more of a local area. I'm not gonna head back there. I just showed you a little bit of it. I'm gonna be walking forwards. And in this route, I'm gonna be covering the two most popular temples out here, and the two best in my opinion. And that's gonna be Wat Chedi Luang, and I mentioned that in my top places to go in Chiang Mai video. That is a must visit, and it's also the only temple with an entrance fee, probably because it is the only must visit place, so you could get away with charging people entrance fees. And quite frankly, it's so crowded that if they didn't, I think the experience would be less memorable. And it's only 40 baht. It's like a little over $1. So it's definitely nothing that they're trying to rip you off with. By the way, the reason you're seeing all this red is It's Chinese New Year's week. Unless you particularly want to see Chinese New Year's, I recommend that you avoid it because the prices around this time, it was really high and you just had a lot of tourists. So everything is a bit more packed, and to me, Chiang Mai, you should come when it's a little bit more deserted. I always remember this tree. It looks really beautiful at night when it's lit up. I'm pretty sure I got shots of it. You'll be able to see it in my other videos. This, by the way, is the entrance to Wat Chedi Luang. Magnificent looking entrance. You know what? If I have time, I sort of want to go in there just to shoot the men only temple, because yesterday I didn't have time to go in there. They closed it before I could. Tan is a very famous spa brand out here, by the way. It's quite expensive. So that's the main temple in there that is adorned with gold. Amazing looking building, even from the outside. But inside, it's very, very grand. You have a really huge standing Buddha. And generally at this time, you'll have monks chanting, which adds to the ambience. What you don't see though is there is a very ancient temple behind here. A Chedi actually. And it's quite unique in that it's not gold adorned like that. It's an older Chedi. So it has a very ancient historical feel to it. That's why I like this particular temple. And that's the men's only temple, by the way. And inside, I mean, if you're a man, you should definitely check it out. It has some of the most intricate and beautiful, colorful artwork that you'll ever see here in Thailand. It's really a sight to see. In my top places to visit, I will throw in footage of it, but that was shot with my iPhone. I really want to shoot it with this camera. But, you know, Chiang Mai is only an hour. $10-15 airplane ride away from Bangkok, so I'm sure I'll be coming back. I'm not, you know, fretting over that. Some nice touristy cafes. This guy's, by the way, it's a lesser known temple, but I really like it. It's right next to Wat Chedi Luang, so you should definitely drop by. Oh, I always see dogs chilling here. It's so cool. But it's free entrance. You got for lady out or inside, no entry if you're. Okay, by the way, if you're a woman, there are some dress codes. You shouldn't be wearing stuff that's too short or either on the legs or up top or showing too much cleavage. Just be aware of that because some people come here and I know you guys want to look fancy in the pictures, and then you have to cover yourself up with something, you might not like it. That's something you should be aware of. Wear something long. I know it's hot, but that's what it is. For some reason, they haven't lit up. You can see that there's these little white light bulbs up here. And when I came back here about 2 years ago, they would light it up and it looks so amazing at night with that Buddha right there under the tree, meditating with this peaceful water. But they haven't lit it up in the last 2 days I've been here. So I'm not sure if they're lacking donations, but it's all good. It's still very beautiful. This is a smaller Chedi, but it's quite quaint. And the thing I actually like really a lot about this particular temple is if you come a little later, you'll see the monks here and they're chanting. And it's just a very peaceful, calming ambiance. So definitely recommend you drop by. Hopefully they do light up the lights and stuff, because it looks magical. That's the only way I can describe it. It really is. In my other videos, I'll try to throw in some footage of me shooting it in my first trip, as I believe it's just a one-off thing. Right now, no monks. But if you want to go right up to the Buddha and see him up close, you should come earlier, because when the monks are chanting, you can't go up to him. So let me go ahead and exit out of this little doorway. And I'll be making my way to Wat Phra Singh. What I noticed particularly with the Chinese tourists is just they're very family orientated. I mean, you'll see they're mainly in families, and the mothers and the daughters and even the sons, they're very into taking pictures. As a photographer, videographer, I have to admire just how well trained these little kids are to strike a pose on command. I guess it's all good. One day they'll be looking back on these trips many years ago when Chiang Mai's probably changed and modernized, and reminiscing about those cool times, you know, they're exploring with their mom and dad. Alright, some more restaurants. And something I want to note is, alright, these restaurants here, they don't really seem that fancy, right? The food is not bad. You really can't go wrong with some like fried rice, for example. And I've had them here, it's not bad. And you can see it's about 90, 80, 120 baht. But you'll see in our other video, our first day, that Dennis took me and Mayu to this restaurant called the North Table. One of the nicer restaurants here. Looks a lot something like this, like to this degree, but even nicer deco. And the fried rice there, just such huge portions, 70 baht. It's not that expensive. It's like pretty much the same price as what you see in these relatively sort of rundown outdoorsy types of restaurants. But the taste was fantastic. And I'm not one to get just hyped up for just a nice looking, gentrified looking place. But having, you know, mainly frequented what looks like authentic Thai food restaurants on my first trip, like in those outdoorsy, hole-in-the-wall types of mom-and-pop looking shops, and going to some of the nicer restaurants here in Old Town. Ooh. I'm gonna shut up for a bit and let you guys experience this ambiance. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. It's pretty classy, right? It's pretty much the same price. Don't be scared to go in there and look at the price. You'll notice that it's about the same price. At most, you're paying maybe $1 more. And the food, it's actually very good. I would say it's better than some of these more rundown looking places. To me, it is. So, everyone has their own preference, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it far more than my last trip, where I was just trying to save as much money as I could. This time, because I was with Dennis, who's a little bit of a picky eater, we went to some of the nicer restaurants, and I was surprised, like, we didn't spend that much more. I spent about $3 more than I would on an average meal, but had a much more fantastic experience. You guys can definitely check out my other vlogs when I cover these restaurants. We just went to this one called the Dash today. Wow, I haven't even been to this temple. This is the thing about Chiang Mai. There's so many temples, guys. It's just like, it's like the Disney World of Disney theme parks. You've been to Disneyland in California, Tokyo, China, blah blah blah, but nothing prepares you from Disney World in Florida. You can't see everything. It's like that. You can go to Utah. You can even go to some degree Siem Reap, Angkor Wat. I mean, it's probably, no, Angkor Wat is pretty vast, but at least it's sort of all in the same complex. So I saw almost all of it in a day. But in Chiang Mai, it's quite hard to hit up all these temples. This isn't one of note, but you sort of have an idea of how the temples are. I mean, unless you understand the significance of each temple, to a Westerner, let's say you're here for 3 days, 4 days. If you want to see all the temples, it's gonna take you maybe 2 full days, even if you rush through everything. And you're gonna spend the last 2 days trying to experience what Chiang Mai is. I think that's time wasted. You can always come back and see more temples. I say you stick to Wat Chedi Luang back there, because it is a really vast complex with a very historical Chedi. And Wat Phra Singh, which is the one we're going to, which is more of a modern complex and a bigger area. And some of my Thai viewers can fill us in on the history of that. I want to say, but I'm not sure, but I believe King Rama IX, when he became a monk, came up to here and was based out of Wat Phra Singh. I'm not 100% sure though. I don't know why I'm thinking that. I might be completely wrong, but if my Thai viewers can fill us in on why Wat Phra Singh is a significant temple, definitely would be appreciated. The other one, I mean, if you had to see one other one, I would go to Wat Chiang Mai, which is on the north area. It's further away from here, so I can't cover it in this vlog. But that one is pretty nice too, because that one, from what I understand, is the oldest temple. And it has this very old but quaint feel to it. So if you had to visit temples, visit those three. They give you the most variety. And obviously you should definitely hit up Wat Doi Sutep. Not only because it's a temple unique and magnificent, but it's on top of the mountain that gives you an awesome panoramic view of Chiang Mai. I did a whole vlog just on Wat Doi Sutep 2 years ago. You guys can check it out. And I will include it in my top must-go places in Chiang Mai video, which I probably would have released before this video, but not sure. Editing is difficult. Sometimes those more intricate videos take a lot longer to complete. Oh man, that's another temple I just dropped. Guys, I'm telling you, there's temples everywhere. I remember when I first came to Chiang Mai with Mayu's already been here. I'm like, I want to go to all the temples. And Mayu's like, you can't go to all the temples, there's so many. Only once you come to Chiang Mai you understand this. But there are just so many interesting things to do in Chiang Mai other than temples. Not that the temples aren't great, but look at these guys. I mean, they must have seen it all, done it all. They're in their 60s, 70s, but they're just amazed walking through this little quaint little alleyway. So that tells you all you need to know. I mean, if it's amazing to someone that's lived twice as much as I have, there's amazing things. Just an alleyway. Explore them. They're unique. All right, guys, I'm walking to Wat Phra Singh. You can see it way up there. Huge. So Wat Chedi Luang, the one that we just passed by, I believe the Chedi, the big monument, is wider, but it's not as tall because it's ancient and the top part sort of broke off. But this one, they maintained it and it has a traditional Thai Chedi shape. You can see it stick up above the main temple in the front. You'll see when I get closer. Lots of shops, motorcycle parking, tons of motorcycles to rent out to tourists. And ooh, this is a nice little restaurant. Look at that. Love it. Seems like next to every major temple there's a 7-Eleven. Jeez. Temples and 7-Elevens own the best real estate in Thailand. This is not a joke. They really did. Alright, I'm gonna cross the street. Crop, thank you. Man, even the trucks are courteous. Usually in Bangkok, you gotta watch out for the trucks. They're the ones that think they own the roads and such. But here, what I noticed is that although there is more traffic, the traffic is a lot more courteous. They're less in a hurry, just like Chiang Mai people. Really chill. Aw. Hello! Sawadee krab. Looks delicious. Alright, look at, oh my gosh, they're waiting. I was waiting for all the traffic to pass. Thank you. Crab. Look at that. No one's honking. Jeez, I'm not used to this. Man. Alright. I'm going to Wat Phra Singh now. Big complex. I see like the most monks. I see the most amount of people here. So, if I'm gonna nitpick, I'll say that Wat Chedi Luang has a better front face. But this has a more orange gold look. I mean, it's an aesthetics thing. Just gonna drop off my shoes here along with these people. It's alright. I've never had anybody stealing shoes, so I'm not afraid of that. She knows, she covered up. That's how you should dress. And boom. It's a bit more modern in here than Wat Chedi Luang, as you might expect. When they have the monks chanting, it's quite unique because the elder monks are usually sitting on the sides, and then you have the young kids up in the front. And look at this. They even have wax figures of probably the older monks of the past right there. And huge. You know what? I never got to see him up this close. Huge. He's sitting down. It's quite magnificent. I mean, oh my gosh. You have to be here to really... pictures don't really do this justice. It's huge. It's quite grand. And... wow. I mean, I see wax figures of past monks here. And they're actually quite good. There must be a very famous or well-known wax. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. He looks so real. I cannot believe how real this is looking. I have a feeling like there is a very renowned Thai wax model artist that probably does this and does it for free. or something like that, and that's why there are so many of them. My Thai viewers can fill me in. Is my guess correct? I mean, if I know Thai people, they're really, when it comes to wats and temples, they do a lot of donations, and they'll be willing to work for free. So I have a feeling. I'm just putting on my shoes right now. Sorry guys, this is a little break from. All right. Anyways, I have to get going because my friend's picking us up at 7 o'clock to party tonight, which would be covered in our last vlog. I'm not sure what I'm gonna title it because I had no plans today. But that's what it's gonna be. Ooh, see that plane taking off over there? The airport is super close to Chiang Mai. So you see these airplanes take off. If you see our video in Phuket, we go right up to an airport to try to capture the airplanes taking off and getting some nice pictures. I feel like the airplanes are even much closer when I go near Chiang Mai University. That, for you guys who aren't familiar with this area, is near where you would go if you were going up Wat Doi Suthep, up to from the main Chiang Mai town to Wat Doi Suthep. You're gonna have to pass by Chiang Mai University, and you'll see the airplanes taking off there. It's quite amazing. By the way, that's the most prime location to take pictures out here. You're gonna get some kind of shot like this, but with Wat Chedi, both of these temples. This is the perfect time to take it. Exposure is perfect. This is gonna be glistening. You're gonna capture everything in the foreground, background. It is 6:30, guys. I think you should actually come slightly earlier. But this is the Chedi. Huge! I think the first time we came here, if you look at Mayu comment on this, she says something really cute like, oh my gosh, that looks like a giant cheesecake or something. And that's something that she would say. Oh, hello. Looks delicious. Yay. Alright, so you get to walk around this Chedi here. If you go to Wat Chedi Luang, it's just like a very big open courtyard. But here it's more, how do you say, cozy? What's happening over here? She's going at that and rubbing. Huh. I see a lot of Chinese written on there. It must be for good luck. I'm sure it's for good luck because I see that the center of the gong is worn out from people rubbing on it. Oh, okay. I see there's a lot of young monks back here. Along with lots of chill dogs. I like Chiang Mai dogs. You know why? Because it's cold here. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come here. Oh, they're so shy. But because it's so cold out here, I think they've evolved to be with more hair. If you see the soy dogs in Bangkok, they look a bit scruffy. Oh, look at that. Lots of young monks. And almost reminds me of when I went to boarding school in Kenya. Just cleaning up. You know, there's humanity in it. Monks are people too. Even little monks. The children have to play, enjoy themselves. That's what I sort of like about it. Before, I haven't been really exposed to Buddhism. So when I think about Buddhists, it's unfamiliar or scary, but you notice they're just people. They're just like us, trying to be good people. Alright, the giant cheesecake, as Mayu would put it. Alright. Oh. There's like a Buddha engraved into the center. My gosh, I can't even capture the top. Wow. I'm really curious what they're doing. They're covering it with gold colored cloth. Oh. There'll be things I never understand. My Thai viewers can fill me in again. Oh wow, have I ever been in here? Last time I came to Wat Phra Singh, it was very dark. Oh guys, sorry, I'm gonna have to do another take off your shoe break. And I don't remember this last time. I think I came too late last time and I didn't get to see. What the heck? This is amazing. There's something very... I don't know, I can't describe this mood. I hope you guys just feel it. And you're not relying on my limited vocabulary to fully understand all the feelings and the experiences that you can have from coming to such a place. So, I hope you are enjoying this new street walk style where I try not to fill in as much of the dead air with random commentary.
There was Russian people who travel, and then
Always lots of local Thais willing to teach you about the history of Thailand, its religion, and honestly, sometimes one of the things you'll see from being in Thailand is you'll see all these foreigners come, and most of the times we're respectful, we're good. But once in a while, they'll start making a mistake. Like, the other day, what was it? It wasn't the other day. I think it was about 2 years ago. It was all over the news here. But you had like 2 gay couples come out here. I'm not saying it has anything to do with the fact that they're gay or anything, but they just happen to be gay couples. And they were, I think their Instagram was something like bums for traveling bums or something. And they go to every location in the world and they would just sort of pick a picture of, them dropping their pants and having their butts out and taking a picture of that. Well, it's not like Thailand's the first place they came. They do this everywhere. I'm sure they're not really thinking about it. And I'm sure they didn't do it with disrespect. They were just not thinking. And they went to Ayutthaya. And in front of the big temple there, two of these guys have their butts next to the temple. And they take a picture and post it on Instagram. You can guess that the Thai people were not very happy with that, you know? And being from America, I'm pretty sure they're from America. They're all about, you know, like, this is freedom of speech, blah, blah, blah. I mean, but it's not America, right? And being from America, I could sort of sympathize that I know how their mind works over there. I know how Americans think. And this isn't something that they're aware of unless you've been out here and you truly understand how sacred religion is out here to them. Then you couldn't possibly comprehend the level of offense that causes to the Thai people. So, although I sort of want to sympathize with them, at the same time, you can't really say the Thai people aren't here to try to educate you or share their culture with you, because I'm almost certain they didn't ask anybody or were interested in the culture, and that's why this happened. So you can't really use that excuse. If you are coming out here, be like, 99% of all the other tourists who are coming with an open mind, being respectful and wanting to learn the Thai culture, not simply just coming out here trying to push forth your agenda or your view or ideal onto the world. I think they had some kind of a message with taking photos of their butts next to everything. That wasn't ill-intended, although I think anyways, I'm sure they weren't doing it out of any kind of, how do you say it? I can't find the words for it. I don't want to be offending anybody, but I don't think they were doing it with ill intentions. But because, let's just call it ignorance of the fact that they weren't aware of how serious of an offense this is, they were thrown in jail. I think they were looking at a couple of years sentence. Eventually, Thai people are relatively understanding. They pardoned them and then let them go. And they had to offer an apology to the Thai people. Overall, very embarrassing experience for them, I'm sure. I'm sure they learned their lesson. Oh, by the way, guys, this is North Table. This is the restaurant I was talking about. You guys gotta check this place out. That's extensively covered in one of our other videos too, on our first day. So I won't dwell on it. Now that the sun set, Chiang Mai is becoming a nice, quiet neighborhood. Love it. Yeah, just long story short on the other one, come out here with an attitude of learning the Thai culture, of not trying to push your own agenda, but understanding another point of view, another culture. And you really should be fine, and you will not have a shortage of lovely, nice, friendly Thai people who are willing to help you out. By the way, this motorcycle rental place looks super local. Is it even a motorcycle rental? Hello! Do you rent motorcycles? Yeah? How much? Tell line club. $250. Okay, thank you. Come with free beer? Yeah. Alright. And see what I tell you. It's just plenty of friendly people out here. That's authentic friendliness, guys. That's not made up. You judge for yourself. She's just the loveliest lady. $250, by the way, is sort of the going rate if you want to rent a motorcycle for a day. We covered in our first video of logistics of Chiang Mai. I don't know what I'll call it exactly, but the first day when we get here, talk about where we are, etc. But, ooh, look at this. This is nice. But me and Mayu, we sort of negotiate because we're gonna rent for 4 days. I got 50 baht off 2 days. Although I would have preferably liked it for 200 baht. I wasn't willing to sit there and haggle with her because it was like 5 or 6 and it was gonna close and I was gonna be out of luck if I didn't rent from there. So I just accepted the 100 baht discount, which is 25 baht off every day. That's more than 10%. That's a pretty good discount actually. Lots of touristy stuff. Sort of, you shouldn't pay any more than 100 baht for any of these kinds of touristy pieces of clothing. Preferably you should discount it. You'll have an idea of what is very authentic or what is just really mass produced. Although most of these tourist items that you'll see, especially here in Old Town, are gonna be mass produced items. They're not real handicrafts. Even when we went to the Hmong village yesterday with Mayu, which is known for their handicrafts, I suspect most of it was mass produced in some factory too, because the designs all look similar, same as the quality of the material, and they're all about 100 baht. So yeah, I get it. How much more could you pay for a piece of clothing? It's 100 baht, they rip you off, you're gonna pay $3 more, double the price. So most people are not gonna care, but those of you who are price conscious, not because of the price, but just because you don't want to feel ripped off, that's roughly what you should pay. About 100 baht, but you could definitely discount it, I would say, at least to about 80 baht. If you shop around or haggle, which, by the way, probably isn't worth it for a lot of people. Here's another motorbike for rent. But when I came here 2 years ago, I rented my motorcycle for about 200 baht. So I thought I was getting ripped off initially when it was 250. So I went around and asked everywhere. And I couldn't really find a place for less than 250. At least for like a decent one. Unless, if it's like a 80cc, yeah, I can get it for about 200. But you don't want to be driving an 80cc out here in Chiang Mai unless you're just, going around Old Town. If you're gonna actually go up Wat Phra Singh, up the mountains and stuff, you should at least get 125cc, and that's gonna be about 250 baht. I didn't find anything cheaper. Actually, in Nimman area, the more higher end area, the motorcycle rental place there, although the motorcycles were a lot better, sort of like newer motorcycles, they were charging 50 baht more, so you're gonna pay 300 baht. 250 seems like a good price. They're building something new here. Which reminds me, just like Bangkok, the landscape here in Chiang Mai is changing. They're developing it really fast. If you want to come to Chiang Mai, do it as soon as possible, just like any other Asian country. Every Asian country is modernizing, gentrifying itself. All of this historical and historic streets are going to be turned into gentrified hipster streets like this, which I'm okay with. Hello. Alright. I have a lady behind me walking behind me. Let's see. Where am I? Oh, darn, I just dropped my phone. Alright, I have a honker. Sorry for dropping my phone, guy. Wasted 4 seconds of your life. Let's see. I am walking in the right direction. I feel like I haven't been here, but it is the right direction. Okay. This place seems just very local. It's another school, Anodard ChiangMai school. Basically, Old Town to me seems like a collection of hotels, guest houses, restaurants, temples, schools, travel agencies. I can't really think of anything else. Yeah, street food, if you want to consider that a different category than restaurants. It's a pretty much a touristy town aside from schools. Something very local happening here. Ooh, battery's about to die. I might have to do a short break. Oh wow, look at this. This looks very local. Very local residences. I imagine it'll eventually be sold. You can see the top of Wat Chedi Luang right there. You see that? It's sort of chopped off. Exposed bricks. That's what it is. Wat Chedi Luang. You guys can check out our top things to do in Chiang Mai video for more on that. But yeah, like I was saying, Chiang Mai is changing so fast. I clearly remember driving through some of the same streets and I couldn't recognize it. I went through the same highway that you need to get to Pai, because we drove from Chiang Mai to Pai on a motorcycle on our first trip, and I clearly remember that route, as I actually have the whole route mapped out on my how to get to Pai video. I did like almost a time lapse of it, and I don't remember there being a central there. They built a central. Okay, sorry, the battery finally died. But I was saying Central, by the way, is a huge mall out here. So, yep. Modernizing by the year. So, ooh, wow, look at this. Oh, doesn't look as nice because I have a wide angle lens. It's just sort of affirming what people say. 50 millimeter is the closest to what your eye is actually seeing. So back there I was seeing it like this. Darn it, but you don't get to see the shadow. Guys are going, why is this guy walking up to a random door? I don't know, something about it just looks really nice. So yeah, as I was saying, right now I'm making a why I moved to Thailand video. And I'm looking back on my life in America because I have to get a bunch of pictures and stuff from my life before and recollect my thoughts of what my thought process was moving out here, and just look at some of the experiences I've had out here. And although I already know that I don't regret my decision, I have to just look at it in another perspective because, you know, I'm putting out a video that people are watching. I have subscribers and viewers who rely on my experiences to some degree to motivate them or cross-reference it with other people's experiences to make decisions. So I feel like an obligation to, you know, just double check my thoughts and not mislead anyone. And I gotta say, I am still very certain that I did not make a mistake coming out here. There are things just even in 2 years. Like I'll see something even 2 years back. I've been out here for 4 years now. But even 2 years back, and it looks completely different, the neighborhoods. You won't see it. You'll never get to see that. It disappeared. It's like the sunken city of Atlantis, but you have like the developed areas of Bangkok that will never come back, you know? Oh, here's a nice gym. And why I say that is one of the justifications we have for staying in America, you know, building up our 401k and working towards that financial independence and retirement is because we convince ourselves that's how it's supposed to be. That's how our parents did it. You work for a company, you know, for a good 40 years. They give you a nice little pension and you go retire off the fruits of your labor. Buy yourself a mobile home or whatever, RV, drive around America or travel the world. But that's no longer the reality for us, you know? It's tough. You're lucky if you even retire, much less get a pension now in the States, right? You're lucky if the stock market doesn't tank in the next 20, 30 years and you lose half your 401k, like I've seen happen to many people in 2007-8. There's no guarantee that's not going to happen to you. You know, I know a lot of the younger millennials and definitely the Gen Zers. They think everything's rosy, but for an older millennial like me, and certainly for baby boomers, we know that the market is gonna go down as much as it's gonna go up. There's gonna be ups and downs. And it's just not a very good time to count on a retirement. But aside from that, even if, let's say everything works out, you get a good pension, everything works out for you, you're not gonna be able to do everything you could have done now, just with more financial freedom and independence when you're older. It's just absurd. Almost ridiculous to think that, because number one, you're much older, right? So you come out here, everything's gonna be different. People look at you differently, especially with the ladies. I mean, you think you're gonna be 60-year-old and you're gonna have just as much luck with the ladies. I mean, you're gonna have luck with the ladies, but not as much as if you're like in your 30s like me, or even like I see the guys in their 20s. Oh my God, they're so popular. It like makes me jealous. I'm like, I should have came out here when I was in my 20s, like with my super white K-pop looking face. I would have been like so popular out here. I'm not saying I'm complaining now. I have a really lovely girlfriend. You know, I do well for myself, but it's just, I'm telling you guys, the experience is different when you're younger. And number two, yeah, your health. That's important. Like a lot of my older retirees, the viewers, one of their main primary concern is how's the healthcare out here? First of all, healthcare is actually quite good if you're coming from America, because America ranks really low on the world healthcare rankings for quality healthcare, contrary to what you're brainwashed to believe. So yeah, healthcare is quite good, but you're having to actually worry about that. If you're young, the main thing you're worrying about is, you know, how am I gonna fix a broken bone or a broken something when I crash a motorcycle or whatever. That's how it is. But last of all, everything is gonna change, look different. The culture is gonna be different. It might be just too expensive for you to retire out here by the time you think you want to retire out here. Who knows? So no, it's not going to be the same. The same coral reefs are already dying that I've been out here, and there aren't as many fishes in the last 4 years. They have to shut some of them down. I can keep going on, but your experience is not going to be the same. So I am very thankful that at least I got to come out here and see all this stuff I get to, and I get to share it with you guys, so that I can at least encourage you guys to not necessarily move out here. That's not what I'm saying, but at least to try to travel out here and see all there is to see out in the world. Whatever the case, I'm back at Corner Cafe. My buddy Kay is here to show us around, show us a good time, introduce to these two guys to Sang So, which is some Thai whiskey. So whatever the case, I hope you guys have an amazing week. Click like, subscribe, share, most of all, to help my small channel, and I'll see you next week for more vlogs about living and traveling in Asia. Thanks again guys for checking out this video. If this is your first time, be sure to check out our channel for more vlogs released Saturdays and our longer discussion and walking videos released Wednesdays. I've color-coded our main vlogs with the black sidebars as opposed to our longer form discussion or walking videos with pink or no sidebars for your convenience. Be sure to also check out our Facebook and Instagram pages to keep up to date and communicate with us, and remember, we also have our second channel, Traveling Asia, that's dedicated to our international travels as well.